What's up? What's up? All right, that's more likely. This is more likely that you are listening to a much better audio right there on Instagram. Those of you who are on YouTube and the other platforms, thank you for joining tonight. Tonight, let me sort of like begin again. How do you begin training with barbells? If you are the kind of person that goes to the gym and you're wondering why are other people or why are these people doing so much weight with a barbell on their back or pulling it off the floor, and you have not really a good sense or a good idea of how you can do that, well then listen up, because tonight live stream is for you. Barbell training. First of all, let's talk about what's a barbell. If you know what a CrossFit athlete looks like, if you know what a CrossFit game is, you've seen the pictures, you've seen the ads. If you watch ESPN, if you are watching if you're watching, any sports news, a barbell is this about 7 foot long, and in thickness is about 28 millimeter or so. Some are 27. So right about the thickness that you can grip something. It's made out of thick metal, very resistant, and you can put plates on it and make it very, very heavy. How is that a thing for you? Well, barbells are the only training tool that you can progress for the rest of your life. When I say progress, I mean this. When you use machines or other training exercises and training techniques, there is only so much weight or so much repetitions or so much time or so many miles that you're going to be able to put on. Now, with a barbell, you can put on as little as half a pound or a quarter of a kilo if you are into kilos. And that process can continue like that for the rest of your life if you do this as a lifestyle or for any particular reason in performance. You could be a competing athlete. You could be a regular dad and a regular mom. You could be someone who's into performance that is needed for a job description, such as armed forces or some sort of type of warrior, whether it is a professional warrior like a boxer or like MMA, or for the armed forces, special forces, this and that. You are going to need a level of performance, and if you do this over time for life, well, guess what? Barbells are unique for that. And I say uniquely advantageous and uniquely optimal and uniquely efficient at getting you going. So now, this is day one. You decided that you want to do it. How do you start? Well, first of all, you need to know a couple of things. First of all, find a place or a coach or a website or an application that you trust. You must know some things, especially about safety. Your first workout should be learning a complex move like how to squat, bench, deadlift, or overhead press, something like that. You can progress later, or depending on what your level of experience is, you definitely can and should make it progressive, because that's the whole point. Now, day one, you pick up a barbell. Let's just take the example of the squat, and I want to do a full body workout, exemplify a full body workout. But you start with the squat. It's a complex exercise. You set the barbell on your back. I'm going to speak about the low bar squat. You set the barbell on your back. You have a particular grip, and you do some warm-ups on empty bar. 3, 5 sets 3 to 5 sets of 5 to 10 reps on empty bar. That should get you going. And it's very specific warm up. You could have done a bicycle or what's called a dynamic warm up, some mobility work, and so on and so on. But for the specific practice of your squats, do empty bar squats. Even if it sounds very irrelevant for the level of strength that you're on, it will get your body ready for the squat. Now, how you progress. Let's just say that you know that you can lift 135 pounds. So let's exemplify. You can do your empty bar. After that, you set up like 95 pounds, which is 25 plates, 25-pound plates on each side. That'll give you 95 pounds on the barbell. And you do another set of 5. After that, you load, let's just say you're 135 pounds, and you do 3 to 5 sets of 5. If you're an older lifter, a more mature lifter, and I'm talking about close to retirement age, you can do sets of 3 repetitions, just because it is going to be more effective for you to do what you need for your first day, your first workout, and actually recover from it a couple of days later when you have to come back. With that said, that would be your working weights. Notice that I am making a distinction between warm-ups and a number of sets and a number of repetitions that you will do for what's called the working sets. And that's something very important, because what you're doing there is giving your body an opportunity to do the same weight multiple times. And that is a signal for your body that number one, that you're ready for that weight, that for you as a lifter, that you can sustain the technical know-how throughout the entire workout for the particular exercise. But now let's say for the squat, because that's what we're talking about. And that you can sustain the technical specificity through the fatigue, meaning that your form won't break down. Because if your form breaks down, then that might have not been the weight for you. Maybe you needed some lower weight so you can actually complete all the sets and all the reps that you needed. Guys, if you have any questions so far, do me a favor and let me know. I see some of my usuals here. Ana Banana Ramirez, who's my wife, and I love you very much. NYC Goat 26 also. Manzanares Osman. Let me pause right here. Manzanares Osman, or Osman Manzanares, is a Olympic level, long life Olympic lifter and coach at Nashville weightlifting. I have written letters to him and spoken with him as to the level of inspiration that he brought to me when I was in high school. Just watching him train, and I'm not talking only about workout, but day after day, week after week, watching him train, preparing every aspect of his life so that he can go under the barbell and do what he did. It was inspiring because I already knew back then that he was doing something different than everybody else that was there in that gym. So that's a story right there. I see Alex STPHNS 7188. What's up? How are you? And I see Levi Trama. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions so far, I would love to interact with you. Now, we already talked about the squat. After you finish your sets of squat, you go into an upper body exercise. It could be a push, like a bench press. It could be a overhead shoulder press. For some people, I program a pull, for example, um, a barbell row. And for some people, I prepare chin-ups. If they are fit enough that they can do squats and chin-ups, I like to have them do that while they do the squats, and then they go into a bench or an upper body exercise. I like the bench. So you do the same thing. You set up your equipment and you start doing empty bar sets, 3 to 5 sets of 5 to 10 reps, just to get in the groove. You can slow it down. You can go through the mental checklist of your technique, making sure that you're hitting everything um, as it has to be, um, meaning that you're moving in the same way, that you have the same speed, that you're having the same contact points. Let's say for the bench press, that you're actually having the same contact points, that the barbell starts and finishes on the same spot. Those are good indicators that your technique is actually moving along nicely. Once you have that set and you feel comfortable and you feel like you are in the groove, start adding up weight for your warm-ups. Stop adding up weight for your warm-ups. For example, another 95 pounds, so 25s on each side. Do a set of 3. Let's just take the scenario that the person doing this is a little bit more advanced or just a little bit stronger to begin with. Then go to 135 and do another set of 5. Then go to 165 and do a set of 3. And then maybe put those extra 20 pounds at 185 and do 3 sets of 5 or 5 sets of 5 if you have the stamina for that. And if you are a more mature lifter, you could do 5 sets of 3 or 3 sets of 3. And that should give you exactly what you need to get going. So that is how you progress a workout, and that is how you start actually training with a barbell. Of course, there are technical know-how. There are plenty of videos on YouTube. I have myself done a couple of tutorials that you can watch in the story of my Instagram lives. I did the squat the other day. There are some tutorials that I keep on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and you search Miami Strength Club, you're going to find our channel. And there you see all the live episodes that I've been posting every Tuesday and Thursdays at 8. And also you'll see a couple of tutorials. But otherwise, there are very, very, very good tutorials online by the folks of Starting Strength. For example, they have amazing tutorials. You have the guys from Barbell Medicine. They have tutorials and articles, amazing website. You can definitely go to miamistrengthclub.com, and read a few of the things that we have posted on our boards and on our blog as well. And of course, you can do the podcast. We have a podcast on miamistrengthclub.com/podcast, and you definitely can learn a lot of what it takes and hear the stories from athletes here and people that began from scratch, just like you can begin from scratch. And ultimately, let's talk about the end of a traditional beginner's barbell training workout, which is you already did a squat with chin-ups. You already did a upper body exercise such as a bench or a overhead shoulder press, and you've also will do a deadlift towards the end of the workout to finish. Excuse me. So check it out, guys. You set up a bar on the floor and you start doing a deadlift. I want to mention, just to clarify, and I always do this, that the deadlift is not a Romanian deadlift. A lot of people have mixed impressions and mixed know-how as to what the deadlift and what the Romanian deadlift is. But just I'm talking about the deadlift starting off the floor. You will do one set of each warm up. Let's just say you start at 135, then you do 185, then you do 225, and probably you finish around 255 for a set each of one set of each jump at 5, 5, 3, and then a set of 5. Let me break that down more clearly. You start with a set of 5 deadlift repetitions at 135. Then you add more weight at 185 for another set of 5. Then you add more weight to 225 for a set of 3. And then you finish with your last set, what's called the working set or the working weight, at 255. I said 255, and you do a set of 5 there. If you don't complete a set of 5, it was probably too much, or maybe you rested too little, or maybe you rested too little in between sets, so you are not fully recovered in between sets. And if you missed that last rep or last couple of reps, maybe you needed to fuel your workout better. And I don't mean what you ate yesterday. I mean what you ate 2 hours ago. That's how you tend to fuel your heavy workouts, by what you've been eating that day. And particularly, 2-3 hours ago, not for breakfast. If you're training at this time at 8:30 p.m., then you probably had an early dinner or a pre-workout meal, a pre-workout shake, something of the sort to fuel your workout. And guys, that's how you start and complete your first day. Now let's talk about some of the nuances there. You did, or the example that I'm giving is you did a squat, then you did a bench, then you did a deadlift. And with the squats, you did some chin-ups or some sort of pull if you have the stamina to begin with that many exercises. That's the workout. Now, couple of nuances. If you're an older lifter, you probably are going to do a little bit less because you need to rest in between, or because doing that much might give your body too much if you have been doing nothing up until then. If you are starting and you have been doing exercises already, if you are pretty much on the go, maybe you could do a little bit more. Maybe your squats and chin-ups go together with little rest, since maybe you have a base of conditioning that you can sustain that. Maybe you could do something with in between your bench press sets, just because you have the conditioning, and maybe to begin with, you're not completely preoccupied with top strength because you've already been doing some stuff and you're coming into barbell training. Now, there is a nuance there. There are some programs that require you to focus only and only in a few exercises so that you can progressively overload only those exercises, and you see rapid gains. I mean, like rapid gains to the point of like, what the hell is going on here? I never thought I would get that strong that fast. I love those kind of programs. But I tell you what, in my experience as a coach, some people want to do more than that. And guess what? I want you in my club. I do want you in the gym. It's good business. It's loyal clients, and you want to do a little bit more than that. So, for those of you who are not necessarily wanting to get into a pure and only a strength program, I I would understand. I would give you the options. I would give you the choices that you have as far as programming. What is going to give you which results, and roughly what do you have to do, and then you make your own decisions. But I would program a more versatile or I would design a little bit of a versatile program for you so that you can actually get the kind of training that suits you. Now, I'll tell you anyhow, if you are looking for top strength, you definitely have to narrow down your exercise selection and not necessarily do like 10 exercises in one day. You probably are going to do 3, maybe 4 exercises in one workout. And the stronger you get, sometimes the more you have to specialize and narrow down the focus of each workout. The more you specialize, this is after you are not a pure beginner. You've put a few months or a couple of years in the gym. Your body has gone from where you started to now being considerably stronger. And guess what? It's going to be really, really, really good for you. Now, the other nuance that you have to get going is, okay, you know what? This whole thing sounds very simple, which it is. Uh, but I do need guidance. And at the gym that I am, I cannot afford it. I would need a personal trainer, and that's okay. Or I have. Let's go with needing guidance first. Well, I here at Miami Strength Club, you can find guidance quite at the affordable, quite at the affordable. Each class is about an hour and a half, and you get a coach, sometimes 2 coaches on staff right here, guiding you, updating your programs, guiding you through each workout, asking you how things are going, checking your technique, giving you clues and optimizations that you can use to optimize and to make each workout better. Not only to the point of the workout, but sometimes rep by rep, you just need a little bit of guidance, or something you hear right there that makes a good difference, and you go like, you know what, yes, this is exactly what I needed today. And you can find all of that here at Miami Strength Club, quite affordable. If you have pricing concerns or pricing questions, go to miamistrengthclub.com. The tab where it says plans, you'll find everything there that you need to know. Quite affordable. With that, guys, once again, we are doing these web live streams Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. I am based on the amount of traffic that I'm getting here, the audience. Being pretty consistent for the most. Being pretty consistent. I haven't failed any day, but given the amount of audience, I will start doing other live streaming, and then the time that is most popular with all of you, then we'll pick that, or we can make adjustments. So I'm just giving you the heads up. And I will be also transitioning from, in the next month, for the month of July, I will be transitioning exclusively to YouTube. I want to bring you guys to YouTube. It's a more versatile platform. I can actually plug in my systems into the screen and show you graphics and show you infographics that are prepared. I show you lower third, things that are going to make this more interactive. I can give you links that you can click here on Instagram. It's very nice, and it's very um, you know very simple, but it's also very limited. So I'm just giving you the heads up, and I will announce it in every at every live stream. Thank you for watching, and see you Thursday at 8. Bye bye.